Hello and welcome to Moonbase 2 show. Hello, Big D.
Hello, Decade Andy. How you doing, dude?
I'm glad to see that the audio channel is working correctly on OBS without me having to finagle it. Yay! Mr. White's in chat. Hello, Mr. White. How's it going?
Ew.
Do you like Soundwave being energoned on as the little gift for today?
Oh my.
Yeah. What a time. Soundwave's just having one of those days.
He's making the appropriate reaction, though.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I love the Maycoon stuff on YouTube. They're great. I think that sound waves from specifically the part 2 that they did on what's the Big D, you know things. What's the episode called in season 2 where the Autobots and Decepticons are transported to an alien world where they're the size of toys? Is that Child's Play, or is it a different one?
I think it might be.
Yeah, I mean, from the title, it would make sense if it was called Child's Play, but
yeah,
I don't know. Mr. White says, good to hear the audio is working on OBS 6 months, and I still have issues with it. Damn. I don't know why. There's some people that seem to have horrific OBS issues every now and again. I've never really seemed to have, well, fingers crossed so far, any catastrophic issues. The worst thing is it never keeps my zoom button working correctly. It always resets the size of my zoom for some reason, for my scene changes. For when I play games, I've got a dramatic zoom button so I can have a close-up of my face, but sometimes it just doesn't have it. It has it the size of the normal screen, so my zoom button effectively does nothing, which is a little bit sad. You know? Dramatic effect, but no camera zoom. It's like, oh well,
that's
never mind.
weird.
That's weird. I don't get it. Doesn't make sense to me, you know? What do I do? What can you do? Oh, you asked me what I've been up to. I've been very slowly attempting to paint my Solar Auxiliary and my Lehman Russ tank as well. My Solar Auxiliary Lehman Russ tank.
How's that coming?
Well, man, you forget sometimes how fiddly Guard are to paint, where they're crossed arms and whatnot. I will say that the heavy weapons team from just the standard Guard kit is a piece of crap to paint. Just because of how they're hunched down, you know, they're bending over, they're hunched over. They've got these straps on the bags, and they're usually in between very tight arms because their arms are tight so they can hold onto the gun emplacement. So they're being a right little hit to paint well.
I mean, the modern Guard are lovely kids, and it's nice for so much detail. You don't have to glue as much extra stuff onto them anymore. But then the stuff's all there, so you have to make sure you paint it.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah, there's a lot to paint.
I'm still amazed that they had those. They decided to give them those really tiny shoulder pads attached to every single bastard.
Yeah, I don't see why. I mean, maybe it's just so you can either have them with or without the shoulder pads. But I would have been okay if the shoulder pads were just stuck onto the arms to begin with. You know?
Yeah.
I would have been fine with that.
If they were bigger, because I was looking at one of the designers that does aftermarket upgrades, and someone had actually done auxiliary shoulder pads, but they looked like the ones for the modern Cadians.
Yeah.
So they would just had more space for you to actually hold the damn things, if nothing else. So
it's odd.
It's odd. Yeah.
There's also, just because of how I've painted them, I feel there's almost a bit too much black on them because my color scheme was always like material would be blue with like white and black like stripes on them for camo.
Yeah.
And then armored things would be black. And because the auxiliary have a lot more armor on them, it means a lot more black on them, which is I need to either figure out something to do or just cake them in like scratches to try and make it a little bit more visually interesting. I don't know.
I'm still trying to decide what to do for my auxiliaries paint scheme, color scheme, because I want to try and give each regiment I'm doing its own flavor.
Okay. See, I'm just want to mush them in with the rest of my Guard unit, so they look consistent. You know, part of the army. They just got different.
That's fair enough as well.
Yeah,
that's cool.
You're going for like a second edition kind of thing where your Imperial Guard army would be Cadians. It would be the Dusk guys. You'd have the Arabian dudes. You'd have the Praetorians, Mordians, and they'd all be one part of an army. And it's just that's just how it is. And it's like, oh, okay.
I mean, now that GW have kind of moved away from saying if you want the army bonuses, you have to be this particular army, and just saying, yeah, just use this detachment and it counts as this type of army. You don't have to have everything the same way. You can just say they are. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've greatly enjoyed painting armies of guardsmen and marines that are one particular thing. I still do it. I still have loads of Space Wolves and Death Watch and Custodies and all that jazz.
Yeah.
But my approach now is I'm thinking, right, I want each element to have its own flavor, but I'm going to unify everything because I'm basing all my Imperial stuff the same way.
Fair enough. Yeah, okay. That's at least something to bring them together. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you base everything the same way, then everything else just clicks.
Yeah.
And I've always dug. It's like there's one point I was going to do a Space Marine army, and I wanted it to be based on the idea from the era of Second and early Third Ed, where Space Marines are supposed to be quite rare.
Yes.
They're not. So most of the time, when you have a force of Space Marines, odds are it's going to be drawn from multiple chapters. And so it might be the few squads each that chapter sent to that particular campaign, joined with some other squads to form a larger strike force.
Yeah.
So I've always been tempted to try and do that at various points. I might.
Also splits up from just painting the same thing over and over again, which can get a bit dull, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the things I quite enjoy Death Watch, just because you can kind of go a bit to town of trying. You don't have to make everyone clear, obviously, of a different chapter, but you can do little things like skin tones, the shoulder pads you pick for the chapter they've come from. You can tell a story that way, and it gives you some fun ways to play with things.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mr. White says you can have any Imperial Guard you want, just as long as it's Cadia or Krieg. In this day and age, yes. With the rules at the moment, because GW with rules at the moment, if it doesn't have a model, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, I get why they do that, but it's irksome.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's really bad for AOS with the Stormcast, where they axed a huge amount of that range.
I mean, you say that I've got the current Stormcast. Was it for the cards for the faction, and the War Scroll cards? There's still a lot in here.
Yeah, but they've axed a lot. It's just to imagine you spent a load of money on Stormcast, and you've been told, oh, those models now you can't use them.
I mean, I say this as someone who I do have a whole load of those 2 chambers of Stormcast because I did the 2-part works. I bought multiples of some of the troop builder issues and the big sprues which gave you multiple units on. And I never got around to building those, and I probably won't now because they don't work in the current game. No. But I am thinking. I mean, Liberators is fine because they still have rules for the Thunderstrike version. You can just use the old versions instead. I have ideas for what I could do if needs be. It is frustrating. I do think the Stormcast as they are now look a million times better than they did when they first launched AOS.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, they look nicer, but there was no need to change the model type. You could have just said, well, it was the same problem with Primaris versus Firstborn Marines. You didn't have to you didn't have to just dump the Firstborn, or like the idea lore-wise, the idea of the Firstborn, because the Primaris idea was always just stupid. It was badly written, terribly written.
My biggest issue with the Primaris thing is the fact that units, they're starting to slowly ease us away from that now, but units being, you must just all have bolt guns or all plasma guns.
Yes, they made the idea of the squads worse than they were.
Yeah.
A lot worse and a lot lamer. Like design-wise, Primaris are not as iconic as a standard Space Marine. They're softer in a lot of ways.
The classic tactical squad was one of those. The whole point of it is that it is supposed to be able to handle everything. It's why it's a tactical squad. So you have a support weapon.
The name of it, you know
weapon.
instantly what it does. Like you throw
Yeah.
out the names of some of the Primaris things, you're like, I don't know what that means.
Absolutely.
What's a Hellblaster squad? What do they do? They've got plasma weapons. Why are they Hellblasters? I don't know.
Yeah.
Just are.
I mean, for Devastate, I am hoping that we should start to see things coming up soon about what the next edition is going to be. I'm hoping this is the edition where they kind of just erase the boundary between Primaris and Firstborn and just give us.
Wow, the amount of characters they've quote unquote upgraded to be Primaris. It's like you come on. they're gonna stop. I think what's gonna be is they're gonna stop talking about it. And it won't be like, oh, Primaris don't exist. It'll be, we're not going to mention that they are Primaris anymore. It'll just be a thing now.
Yeah.
That's how I would imagine they'd do it. That's probably the... if you're going to do it that way, that's probably the best way to do it. If you're going to...
Yeah, give me a Primaris scale tactical squad with all the options. Laughing. That'd be great. And I could finally start giving fingers again to all... I keep seeing people in different groups and personalities online saying, "Oh, I hate the tactical squad because it's so boring." It's like,
what do you mean it's boring? There's lots of flexibility with the tactical squad.
The tactical squad will fuck your day up if you are not careful.
You can put in so much stuff with the tactical squad. You can have like a heavy bolter. You can have like flamers. You can have like a rocket troopers, rocket bazookas.
Yeah, missile launcher, las cannon, plasma cannon, multi-melter.
Yep. You can make it super versatile, and it's just a solid like frontline unit as well.
Yeah,
it's not like a guard unit that just explodes. They like, well, depending on which rule set you're using, I suppose, by today's standards, but they're not meant to just explode.
Guard will just evaporate.
Guard will, Marines, no, they shouldn't.
Yeah, especially the current version where you have 2 wounds baseline.
Yeah.
But I mean, even before that, there was a reason drop pods, tactical squads were feared because that's a solid unit you can just drop in and have them secure an objective.
Yeah. Mr. White says, I'm glad GW are going back to a more flexible squad makeup now, but just annoying GW have to make so much about Primaris that they almost look down their noses at fans' loyalty to the Firstborn in a way. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not the audience that GW want. GW are doing the standard like business tactic of, we don't want the current audience, we want the modern audience, which is an audience that may or may not even exist.
Yeah.
We've already got the old fans that we can do whatever we want to them. We can insult them as much as we like. But they'll stay around. They're stupid. That's how that's how a lot of companies feel. It's not just GW. It's a lot of companies will fuck around with the current established base because they're like, well, they'll stick around for anything.
Yeah, that works up to a point. It doesn't.
No.
And then things can go bad.
Look at Star Trek. Star Trek's not made for old fans. I don't know who Star Trek's made for.
I mean, I feel like I must be the outlier. I'm an old school Star Trek fan, and I've quite enjoyed all of the modern Trek.
Oh, Jesus.
The only thing I haven't watched is Section 31, but I've.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God. But I've watched everything. Otherwise, and each of them has entertained me.
None of them, yeah, but does modern Star Trek feel like it's at all like Star Trek? Like there's no military decorum. Like a lot of the characters in the current Star Trek talk like people today, which they shouldn't do. They're meant to be part of the military. They're meant to have like respect for the chain of command in a lot of cases, and they don't. I've heard like ensigns talk to their superiors without any regard to rank and order.
Well, some of that is down to people getting there's issues with what is Starfleet. Because there's been this ongoing conversation. It comes around and around and around about whether Starfleet is a military organization or not.
Well, it doesn't matter. They've got ranks. If you've got ranks, you need to follow a chain of command. There's a certain level of respect that you need to show a superior officer. Otherwise, why have officers rankings anyway?
Yeah,
I have a
but
captain.
also the whole point of Trek, every Trek show has kind of been a reflection of the era it was made in.
I will agree that
T,
current
T, T,
is a
TNG,
reflection of how bad Hollywood is today. That's true.
yeah, TNG didn't feel like it didn't look the same way that TOS did.
No,
DS9 and Voyager, it was subtler because it was a continuous run of shows, but you could still tell how each one differed in incremental ways from TNG's
but they
starting
still
point.
felt part of the same universe. They still felt
They did.
connected. The current ones do not.
No, but that's because there's been such a big gap between it.
Well, it's not just that. It's licensing issues as well.
Yeah, but
that's a big part of it. We can't get things to look like the way that they do because the licenses are spread. But it doesn't really compensate for the writing. Like the singing Star Trek episode, that's a Buffy episode. Why is Star Trek doing an episode where the Klingons are doing weird singing episodes?
Weird K-pop.
Yeah, why is that a thing? That's not a Star Trek show. That is a Buffy thing. And even that concept's been overused way too much. And that's one example.
I would say that one of the arguments I've seen, but I agree with, is that part of the reason a lot of modern Trek hasn't really gelled with folks is because of the shorter season runs.
No.
Because older shows, you're talking 22, 24 episodes for you per season. And that means you can bed in, you can have the odd clunker, you can have pure gold in there, and you can explore the whole range of ideas without necessarily hampering whatever. If you're running a show that is trying to tell a broader arc, you're not.
You mean DS9? Because none of the other shows really did that.
No, but a lot.
Well,
but,
Enterprise.
I mean, Voyager did, at least, especially in its latter seasons, did try to. You could at least tell the characters a lot of them had gone on journeys in terms of character growth.
Not massively. There was a little bit of a change, but you could argue that with Next Gen as well. There wasn't there wasn't much of a through story. The through story was Voyager getting home.
It was much more episodic.
Yeah, but when I don't think that really holds.
But the reason I say it is because the modern Trek shows have tried very hard to go in on trying to do character-based storytelling in terms of they're trying to show you these characters' journeys. So like in Strange New Worlds, they're trying to show us how you get Spock from the cage to Spock at the start of TOS. And then you've got
why did a human lady have to teach him how to be a Vulcan?
Yeah.
That seems a tad insulting. Also, the episode where he turns into a human, that was really fucking bad. And the rest of the crew turned to Vulcans. It's like, again, these are such bizarre episodes to go with.
But that's what I mean. The fact that you have these such short seasons, that means that when you have these episodes that don't feel like they work, they stand out so much more.
They don't work. Are you saying that they would have been more acceptable in a longer season?
Yes,
that's I don't think about that. Was Tuberosa the one with Beverly Crusher fucking a ghost? Was that accepted as a good episode? No, that was in a long season. Yeah, but everybody focuses on that episode and go, "That is a really bad episode."
I try really hard not to be honest.
Yeah, because it's awful. There's a weird ghost grandma in that episode, and Crusher again getting off to a weird Scottish ghost. It's a awful episode. The super racist episode from season 1, which is like even it's not just racist, which it is, but it's boring.
Yeah,
and it's a Tasha Yar episode. It's like you focus on that because even though it's 24 episodes, it's still shit. It's still terrible. And I'd say most of the current Star Trek is that. Exelhead says, Star Trek fans not made for old fans, says the Lower Decader. Yeah, because unless you like Rick and Morty humor, it's just, let's have more joke with Star Trek. There's no solid written show.
There is. Because the thing is, Lower Decks.
No, because you gotta like the humor.
I don't particularly like Rick and Morty, but I adore Lower Decks.
Okay.
Because a lot of the humor in it, I was worried when I first heard about it, when I first saw stills of it. But when you watch it, it is the sort of show, the jokes they put in there, you only can, those are the sort of jokes that are only written by people who are so in love with the property there. It's not even lampooning. It's basically a Star Trek show that happens to be a comedy. It is still a Star Trek show. There's still proper Star Trek stuff in almost every episode. And the fact we do see where our four main characters, and the rest of the crew, to be fair, all the Cerritos, we do see them all go on a journey. You see them grow. Mariner starts off as a complete git who, honestly,
Which one's Mariner?
The main character.
Okay, the purple haired dude.
No, that's Boimler. The other one. Boimler and Mariner are the two leads, effectively.
The lady, the chick. Okay.
Yeah. But they take the time. They explain why she acts out the way she does, and they challenge it, and they force her to kind of understand that she has all the potential to be a great officer, but she keeps sabotaging. Why? And they do explore it and stuff. So
do they explore why they allow her to keep doing stuff like that?
I think they do. They do mention it. I mean, the whole point of the Cerritos is it's a last chance because her mum and her dad have pulled a few strings to keep her in. It's this or she's basically out of Starfleet.
Right.
But they do sort of go in. They do go into that, in fairness.
Okay. I can't say too much on it because I could only tolerate, I think, a bit of like halfway through season 1, and I just couldn't watch anymore. I couldn't do anymore. If I want a Star Trek comedy, I'll watch Galaxy Quest. I'll watch the Orville.
Yeah.
And even the Orville's a little bit rough. The Orville got better when it became more sincere.
Yeah.
And I think that was around season 2. I thought that actually feels like a Star Trek show as well. The Orville actually felt like a Star Trek show. Apart from when it dripped heavily into the Seth MacFarlane humor, which sometimes it did. And that's where it became a little bit intolerable, where it was like, okay.
Yes. Well, when he restrains his worst instincts, he can. I mean, when you want that humor, great, but you need him to focus on being.
The Orville felt more like a show where he was obligated to put in that humor because that's the guy he is. Yeah. He was forced to by Fox rather than it was something he wanted to do. And then the series stuff was like, oh, this is the stuff I want to do, but I also have to put in this stuff as well. You know?
Yeah.
One of those things. Shall we talk about some Transformers?
Oh, we probably should all be here all night talking about Star Trek, won't we?
Yeah. All right, let's play some music.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Decayed Andy, and we are here with the Big D to talk about Age of Extinction, the toy line. Hello, Big D.
Hello, Andy. How you doing?
I'm not too bad, thank you. And yourself?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yippee! Are you looking forward to talking about Age of Extinction? The toy line. Thankfully not the movie.
I mean, I'd rather talk about the toy line than the movie, so that's a good start.
Actually, from movie 1 to 4, which this one is, where would you put in a ranking the Age of Extinction? Because I think, for me, it's the first movie, then the third movie, then the fourth movie, then the second movie. That's how I'd rate them.
That feels fair.
And that's not saying that Dark of the Moon is good. I'll take boring over insulting. And that's why Revenge of the Fallen is at the bottom.
I mean, we say I'll take boring instead of insulting. Dark of the Moon still has some moments we just think,
Yes.
You just don't respect us as an audience, do you?
Yes. Yeah, I would agree, but there's a lot of it I don't remember because it's so dull. I remember
thought you were going to
Gruff
say because you were
hating.
drunk.
Well, if only. I don't drink. It'd be a thing I'd be tempted by. Gruff hates. I saw Age of Extinction with Gruff, and he was angry when he came out of the cinema. So my everlasting memory of Age of Extinction was being very overjoyed at how angry Gruff was.
I can understand why he would be.
Yeah, again, this was a very long movie as well. This was the era where movies decided, like, we can be like Lord of the Rings and make like 2.5 hour long movies. It's like, no, please don't do that. No. So one thing to mention about the toy line, at least, as I was looking at the figures for today, the line's much smaller than Dark of the Moon's. Even with the, you know, the 3-step changes, 2-step changes, all of the superfluous kind of crappy toys. This is a much smaller line in general than the other ones. So I'm guessing this might have been when the movie started falling off in terms of sales.
I remember because I think this was this after Toys R Us tanked in the UK? No, this was about a year or two prior to that. Yeah. But I know that the toys for this were not. They had a big display in Toys R Us, and you did see them in some of the other like the supermarket. I mean, where I live, we didn't really have a dedicated toy shop for a long time outside of Toys R Us, and then we had nothing until the Entertainer, then Smith's opened up. But I remember there just wasn't much on the shelves, or if there was, it outside of Toys R Us, it was mainly the basic stuff, like those 3-step changes and stuff like that.
The super kiddie ones, right?
Yeah. I mean, we've got an Asda Walmart. They used to have
was yours an Asda / Walmart? Because I know there are rare shops in the UK that were Asda Walmarts, and then a lot of them was just Asda.
Ours was Asda Walmart.
Oh, okay.
For a long time. To be fair, we had an Asda and an Asda Walmart. Still do. But Swindon's weird.
Yeah. Is there a difference between the Asda Walmart? There's not.
Not really. I think it's more that the Asda is where there used to be a different supermarket in the building it's in now, whereas Asda Walmart, the site was built for them.
Okay.
It was purpose built for Asda Walmart.
Right.
But yeah, it was just really hard to find anything, to be fair. And what there was didn't seem too exciting.
No, looking at the figures that we're going to be looking a bit more deeply in, they seem to be not a huge leap in technology, I would say, transformation technology from the previous wave or the previous movie stuff. But I guess we'll start off with Junk Heap, who I think is not a deluxe, but I did see his name was different, so I threw him in. I think he's a 1-step or 2-step changer, but he's one of the few unique kind of guys.
He looks like that sort of transformation, doesn't he?
Yeah, so he's a little bit basic, but he has all the greebly detail that you would hope. Mr. White did say that he had a treasure chest for a chest, and now I can't unsee it.
Yeah, he does have that going on, doesn't he?
If you were to just look at this on its own as a robot, I think he reminds me a bit of the Mountain Dew robot from the first movie.
Yeah. That same sort of color distribution, certainly.
Yeah, the green, it's that kind of green, and then the bits of gray on him, and then he's got like the gold bit for the end of his chest. Apparently transform into a dump truck. I appreciate that. Is that no, not a dump truck. A garbage removal machine. Truck. Yeah, garbage truck. Looks like it's not a fancy one, and by fancy I mean like the ones you get today where they have the automated like bin picky uppy things.
Yeah.
Where sometimes they freak out. At least I've seen a few times. This seems like a bit more of a standard one. It looks like it's got a crusher on the back of it. In all the vehicle modes, not terrible, apart from the roof of the front of the cab. There is no roof, so you can just see his legs, and you can see his head as well, which is a bit of a shame. But if you look from the side, it wouldn't look too bad, you know?
No, I mean, side on, that's right. And I do dig the fact that they've basically made the the garbage more his chest. That's fun.
Yeah,
I dig
it's
that.
a decent idea. I wish there was a bit more of a budget if it wasn't a 3-step change or something. Again, to get something that's not your usual, because this was 2014. This would have been after animated, so this would be like our second garbage truck kind of toy roundabouts. So again, they're still not common by today, but then it would have been maybe the second one. So it's okay. It's not great though.
Yeah.
It did get an additional recolor into the Adventures Junkion from Japan, which I'll see if I can find. Let's turn that off first. And you can give me any other thoughts you have on this figure, if you like, Big D.
I think he's quite charming, to be honest.
What do you like about him?
Chunky little goober.
I've been called that by ladies as well.
I mean, for a toy that's ostensibly press a button, it transforms pretty much. You know what? That's fun. He looks way better than he's any right to be. So
there he is.
So I dig that.
Adventures Junkion. Oh, okay. It's not that impressive, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's kind of in Energon Ultra Magnus colors.
He's blue. What if blue?
Yeah.
Just like, all right, well, fair enough. His gimmick seems to be like his tummy opens up and eats you, which is that looks okay.
Yeah, that's a fun gimmick.
It's all right. His face almost looks, because of the paint distribution, almost looks like a Sweeps, but a bit weird. I can't tell. Are the gray bits like eyebrows?
I'm not sure, because I think it depends on how they've been. Because I'm not sure if those are supposed to be eyebrows or the eyes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And the bits underneath are just like war paint.
Yeah.
Or those.
Because otherwise, like the red bits, if they're his eyes, are really low down his face, right?
Yeah.
Like too far down.
Then this is Bayformers and trying to work out how a face looks. I don't think the design team could tell you if you asked them, to be fair.
Maybe not. XL Head says, didn't realize WM, Waste Management, had a licensed Transformers. Is that a... Oh, that's Waste Management for the first version of him. Is that a brand? Maybe that's a brand. I didn't know that. Huh. Oh. I just assumed Waste Management was just like telling you... Oh, yeah, it says, this figure, as well as the back of the packaging, sports the logo for Waste Management. So that's a thing.
Huh.
Okay, yeah. I guess unless you're American, you're just like, oh, yeah, waste... Well, yeah, he's a garbage truck. Of course he's Waste Management. Duh. Oh, well. Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
Yeah.
So that's Junk Heap, little boy. Bumblebee, of course, gets a new figure because, it is the way. And this is... There was another Bumblebee, but I couldn't be bothered to talk about it because it looked like the previous hundreds of Bumblebees we'd already talked about.
Yeah.
This Bumblebee looks a bit different. This is the Bumblebee you get at the end of the movie, if I remember. Is that right, Big D?
I think so. So he's had a slight upgrade.
Yeah.
I mean, I dig the alt mode. As ever, they've really tried to make it an accurate version of the Charger.
A Camaro of some sort.
Of the Camaro for that year.
Yeah.
As they always do. As ever with Bumblebee, there's painted yellow, transparent plastic, and the yellow does not match for yellow plastic at all. So nice to see that they've managed to keep things going in that regard.
Damn. What a cut.
Sorry, did that sound too bitter?
A tad, but it's understandable. You know what doesn't help? It doesn't help that the back of the car, I guess the boot of the car, doesn't really transform and just becomes like a little bum coverer. Same for the hood of the car as well. They just kind of hang off the back a little bit. Not as bad as who was it that was really bad? Revenge of the Fallen. Sideswipe was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad, but it's still pretty bad. Does this Bumblebee have two hands, or does he have like a what? If you look at the left picture, is that like a gun hand?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be his transformed gun hand.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
Which it's nice that they've given him that. It's a shame that it's not like some of the other. The fact that previous ones had it as something you could actually transform the arm into.
Yeah, just like something you
this-
flip over the top. One of those two.
Yeah, I remember this one when I saw it on the shelves. The fact that it just came with 2 discs
Yeah,
did not excite.
the weird
it did
ninja
not
star
spark joy.
thingies. Because I don't. Did he use the ninja stars in the movie? I don't think so.
No, but there was a lot of that with this line, if I remember.
Yeah.
I mean, on one hand, the figures, a lot of the core line, they weren't very gimmicky in any way.
No,
but
that's
they
true.
Had, some of them just had really weird accessories.
Yeah, just a thing. I guess that's good in some ways, though, for like a toy.
Yeah.
It's just like, here's a toy, and you go, okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay.
I think B just felt a bit not safe, but it just didn't really.
There's nothing impressive,
agree.
right? You just look at it and you go, yeah, you know.
I mean, this is what by this point
God.
we're probably into double-digit Bumblebee deluxes at this point.
Deluxes? Maybe.
I mean,
if you include like repaints and stuff, yeah, probably. I'd say that. That would make sense. If we just standard Bumblebees without repaints, double digits, maybe not, but close. I think because there was at least 2 Bumblebees in the first movie, at least.
Yes, it's when we get to the last night, then it gets a bit silly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it starts picking up. So there were a couple of versions of this figure, but none of them are really that distinct. Just kind of tweak the colors a little bit here and there to make them better or worse, I suppose, depending on how you see things. But they also made him into Stinger. Was there any other one? No, that one. Let's go and have a look at Stinger. Stinger being evil Bumblebee, who had no personality. Ah, that rhymed. But yeah, this figure just had I guess a remolded... Oh no, it looks like you could spin the hands round, so there was a gun hand. Because if you look at the Stinger figure, if you look on the inside of his forearm, you can see I guess that's the gun, and it looks like you might be able to just kind of like twiddle the hand round, maybe? As I'm seeing things. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
There's something in
you're
there.
Right. Yeah, I do.
Maybe the hand doesn't completely
I think it's just how
round,
they posed. I think it's how they posed being that initial picture.
Yeah.
You couldn't really tell. This makes it far more obvious what's going on there.
This one has a different head, though, as well. And it looks okay. I think I like the color scheme on this one more. Red and black, always good. The evil, weird bug eyes, also kind of neat. Kind of works a bit more with the ninja star thingies as well, I'd say. Kind of.
Yeah. But
it's more of an evil weapon in a sense, rather than bees. Which you're like,
he'd make a fun. Stinger would be a fun addition if you were doing an oddball Viacon/Stunticon shelf.
Yeah,
if you just want to fill up with Decepticon cars who are kind of there to be murked.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against Stinger being used for something in the future. You know, if someone went, oh, he's a background character, I'd be like, oh, okay, okay, cool. Maybe give him a personality. That'd be all right.
Yeah.
Stinger and Wasp can maybe get together and try and kill Bumblebee. You know, something like that.
That'd be that'd be a fun combination.
Yeah.
I could see that working.
Yeah. Both in the shadow of Bumblebee.
They might run the risk of encroaching. They might run the risk of encroaching onto Runabout and Runabug territory, but
well, who uses them anymore?
I know, right?
Jobbers just get punted off. I'd argue as well that Stinger and Wasp have better color schemes than just black and white.
Oh yes,
they are.
Yeah, they do have them. Yeah, McFeely had he did his latest episode of it explained was on the battle chargers, and damn, they don't have a lot of media presence.
No, I think I'm guessing the most they had was the infiltration for IDW. That's probably the most, unless there was stuff in the Marvel comics that I just don't know about.
You had their I think it was 2 or 3 issues they had in the original Marvel run.
Okay.
Where they appeared and got murked at the end of it, and then didn't really do much. They appeared occasionally in the UK material, especially the Earth Force stuff. They only appeared, and I think he said, in 2 or 3 episodes of the animated series. That's it. Yeah. I'm amazed they actually had appearances, to be honest.
I know one of the episodes is
blanked them out completely.
is the one where Starscream gets the Ghost gets the eyes from Trypticon to give to Unicron. That's one episode. I can't think of the other one off the top of my head.
Yeah, but after that, you've got the club.
Oh
releases.
Yes. Yeah, that was the Trax toy, wasn't it?
Yep. And then Infiltration.
Yep.
And then they got iced in that, and then they appeared in the IDW reboot in the first few issues.
Did they? They were in the reboot. Huh.
Yeah.
Oh well. Okay.
But otherwise.
Yeah, no one loves them. Exelhead says, wait, Hasbro had no problem with a Decepticon with a crusher for a stomach, but won't make a DJD with a stomach full of grinder razor blades. I think one sounds a little bit more vicious than the other. Like a parent could go, no, he's not crushing him, he's just hugging him really tightly while rotating rotary blades, mincing people or robots into like tiny pieces is a little hard to push, I would say, or sell.
It doesn't leave much space for grey areas, shall we say?
No, it's it's like putting a gremlin into a food dispenser. If you remember that scene.
Yes.
Where his little legs spin round and round and green blood pops out. My favorite scene is the one that gets put in the microwave. Just explodes. That's a great Christmas movie. I like Gremlins is so good. And Gremlins 2 is a great satire of Gremlins 1, which is what it is.
Oh, both good. They're a great pair.
Yeah, they're so good.
They really are.
Yeah.
Love.
And Mr. White says Stinger had potential and agree they'd make superior battle charger replacements. One of the battle chargers helped carry luggage at ClubCon. I don't know if that's taking the piss, Mr. White, or if that's an actual thing that happened, because it sounds like it could be a real thing.
No, they did. Yeah.
Did they? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oof.
And then they were part of the great deactivation when Starscream went a little bit doolally on
Underbase.
Underbase.
Oh, well, who didn't fucking die in Underbase? I've never read Underbase, but all I know about it is Starscream did a thing and then everybody died effectively.
Oh yeah, I mean, if anyone who thinks that Transformers the movie is a brutal exercise in clearing the decks of previous characters, go read Underbase.
Yay!
Read that. Even when Marvel had a track record across Transformers and G.I. Joe of being willing to take characters out if the story demanded it, that Underbase saga is bloody brutal. It's just characters evaporating left and right. It's kind of great.
Oh damn! Did they come back? They must. Well, I'm sure they came back eventually.
Bumblebee, Grimlock, Jazz, and Starscream did. And in this, there was a great 2-part UK story with Dreadwind and Darkwing tracking down Starscream's corpse and coming across the reanimated corpse that was kind of zombified Starscream.
Okay.
That was kind of fun. And then they brought a load of characters back for the Earth Force material, but they didn't really bring them back in the US comic until right at the end, when they had Grimlock do his whole wants to reactivate the Dinobots, so he gets Nucleon, and that leads to the Action Master stuff. And yeah,
of course, yeah, the weird stuff.
Yeah, but that was literally a lot of those characters did not return until like the last 5 or 6 issues of the US comic.
Oh damn!
Yeah, and most of the Autobots. I remember it was kind of fun because it was the scene where the Grimlock uses the Ark to chin Unicron, and then Prowl berates him. And Grimlock kicks him out of the side hatch and then drags Wheeljack along as well.
Oh, old Transformer comics. What are you like?
Oh, Yeah,
A silly
yeah.
little guy. We have Crosshairs next, which is an incredibly I don't know why they decided to make Crosshairs look the way he did in the movie, because it was just untoyable. Why do I say
Yeah.
untoyable? Because he had a material cape. He had a trench coat cape. And it's like,
Yeah.
make a toy of this, people. I dare you, Hasbro. And they went, we can't. We can kind of approximate kind of a cape. But even now, even the Studio Series one, years later, it's the best they could do. It's better than this,
Yeah.
obviously. And this isn't awful. But
there's limits.
Yeah.
There's stuff you just can't do.
Yeah. Like, obviously, there are excuses with this, why you can't have this as a flowable material cape, where other figures, where Hasbro can make material capes like their Marvel figures, there's no excuse. There is an excuse here. Someone just wanted, I guess, Crosshairs to look like a Sam Fisher sniper espionage kind of guy, and they went, we don't care about the toys. Fuck them. Do your best, toy designer. And they did their best. But
they really did, didn't they?
Yeah. And you can, it looks like him, like close enough to him, you know.
And I dig the fact that he actually comes with both his guns.
Yes.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Again, there's not, as mentioned before, no gimmicks to him.
Nope.
He transforms, has 2 guns.
That's true. Normal guns, not guns that you have to hold to make them into a thing.
Yeah. And honestly, other than the concession to trying to make his trench coat, he looks all right.
I think his feet look a bit weird. I don't know if it's just the way they've positioned the legs, but it looks like the toes are kind of pointing inwards. You know what I mean? That might just be the hips are turned weirdly, because, you know, depending how the person's posed it here. But that looks a bit on the weird side. And the issue with the cape is...
You're right.
You know what I mean, though? It could just be that the hip is just turned a little bit too far inwards.
In fairness, I think his design did have some weird feet stuff going on, so that's them doing the best they can to make it fit.
He's got the drift Japanese ninja toe going on for some reason as well, which I don't quite get. And because of his material, but not material cape thing that they're going for, his arms can't go flat to his body, so they're always kind of sticking outwards, which again looks a bit weird. He's also the wrong color. He's a mint green here rather than kind of a not exactly Constructicon lime green, or like
pretty
strong
close.
green, but it's kind of like that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
This is more minty, like you'd find on a packet of After Eights or something like that.
Yeah, this feels more like my mouth should feel all nice and refreshed.
Is it mint or is it spearmint, do you think? Because I think maybe spearmint, that kind of color.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean? Or
I
do you think something else?
I'd go with mint, to be honest.
Okay.
It's more of a mint green to me.
Like ice cream mint, do you think?
Yes, yeah.
That kind of color. Yeah, I could see that. Do you know what's going on with his elbows? Because it looks like he's got ratcheted elbows. Because the green bits are not like rounded. They're like looks like they've got clicky bits in them.
They do, don't they? That is weird.
Otherwise, it's just a design choice they've gone with. But we've seen other figures where they did ratcheted elbows as well, like Steeljaw from RID. We talked about him.
I mean,
4 weeks
maybe
ago
they were worried because he does have a decent amount of mass on those arms.
But for the elbows, it seems weird to do it because the guns are not big, right? They're like Uzi machine guns. They're not huge. I don't know. Yeah. Again, not having this figure, just looking at it, they might not be ratcheted. It just looks like they might be, is the best way to phrase it.
Absolutely. And is it kind of ironic that his alt mode is actually probably closer to the alt mode that Drift had in his original toy and comic appearances than the version we got in this film?
Yeah, no doubt. I wish he had some different colors going on for his tampos rather than it just being black to make it pop a bit more. But the combo's not too bad, to be honest. I think it looks nice.
Quite nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, like you say, painters have caps is novel because B didn't have those.
No.
It's a shame that, because you can see where there's clearly a badge on the bonnet that's not been painted in. Some other
Yeah,
details.
it's right there. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
oh.
And as ever with these figures, it would have been nice if it had been a darker translucent bed used, if nothing else, on the.
Yes, it is just the
windows.
white or just pure clear translucent, which is always the all right.
But other than that, it's actually quite a nice car mode.
Yeah.
And I think that is probably in part due to the fact that they needed to have those long side panels become his cape.
Yeah, I think it's got rid of a lot of the because like B and characters like that have deliberate cuts around the door to allow the doors to transform and whatnot, but they don't need to worry too much about that for the most part. So yeah, it does give a smoother look to it. Is there anything here? What's this version of him? That's a much closer green. Is this a Japanese version?
Age of Extinction.
Sorry.
Jesus.
Unlike, hang on, let's drag it into screen so people can see it. There we go. So it says the Hasbro pictured version is the lime green one. Unlike Hasbro's stock photo above, Takara knows how to transform their own figures. So the darker green one seems to be the Japanese one, and the lighter green one, the one that is the correct color, is the American one. Is that right?
I think so.
Huh.
And I get what they say because I'm just looking at there's a repaint into Hot Shot, which
That's the blue one, right?
Yeah, the colors are kind of intense.
Oh yeah.
But the way that they've transformed, his cape has settled. It looks like that gives you still a little restrictive on how the shoulder, the arms can pivot down, but it's nowhere near as restrictive as that initial version we were looking at.
Yeah. I mean, so is this once again like TFU not transforming their figures well?
I do think it's still an issue because that's going to be sticking out backwards quite a fair bit.
Yeah.
But it does do a lot to help the figure just having it like that because, for one thing, it works a bit better to look like a coat.
Yeah.
It did. Still not perfect, but I'm giving them big points for trying here because they were given a pretty crappy exercise in what to do.
Yeah, difficulty.
They've done their best.
I will throw out, I think the Hot Shot is really fucking ugly. I think the standard paint job for him is much better.
Oh yeah, this is it. It makes my eyes bleed. It's so intense.
I don't think it helps that he's got a little white penis head, and then his face is just pure red.
Yeah.
You know what it looks like? It looks a bit like an old lady that's really pissed off. She's got like the Edna hair from Incredibles.
Just gone.
Yeah, she's got right pissed off.
Can't unsee that now.
Yeah, it looks a bit, because of the angle of this photo, it looks like is that called a bob? Is that bob cut? I don't know my hairstyles too well, obviously.
Yeah, it would be a bob cut. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks a bit like that. Like literally has a wig on. There you go. That's something interesting. Is there any other? I think that was it in terms of repaints.
Yeah.
Apparently there was a lucky draw fig. Crosshairs lucky draw. It was a chrome redeco. Does it say what color? It says chromed, but it doesn't say what color it was done into.
Let me just see. Lucky draw crosshairs.
It was a Taiwan exclusive. There were 24 limited pieces. What color is it? Gold or silver? Gold, probably.
No, I don't want to. Hang on, I'll share you an image. It's it's green, and then they've used like a metallic green. But it's a very light metallic green. Hang on, I'll pop it in Discord.
Yeah. Let me see with my own eyes. Oh, that's a lucky draw. That's okay. A little more interesting than the usual lucky draw.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just a solid metallic, which is nice. It feels a bit more varied.
Yeah. All right. And then there was also the Autobots United version as well, which seems to be a slight repaint as well, but not massively. Seems to be in a bit more of a like a jungle green is what I'd say. And he's got a little bit more red on him. It looks like this is a bit more, is it like the premium painted version? Oh yeah, this is Age of Extinction Premium Edition. Oh my god, I forgot this was a thing. Yeah, exactly. We're not really going to do repaints. We're going to give you the same figure, just with a much better color scheme. It's like, ow. Okay,
And
that's lame.
you'd have to buy all 5 in one go.
Were they more expensive? I want to say they were a little bit more expensive, right? I can't remember offhand.
Yeah, because these and they did the pack with the Dinobots in G1 colors were.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they were all more expensive than buying the figures individually. But they did all look nicer.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So, I mean, if you were in the market for like getting these figures, I guess those were the ones you probably should have gone for. Mr. White said, "Hotshot is a sister of Battle with the of pensionable age." True. I have a feeling in the Imperium of Man, there's probably not a good pension system. Well, there's neither in the UK, but you know.
No, you can retire in the Imperium.
Can you? Oh my god.
Yeah, Caiaphas Cain retired.
Oh.
He went to teach the Schola Progenium. And he was on faculty with a retired battle sister, a retired guard officer.
God, that's lucky.
Yeah. I mean, bear in mind, Cain was 150 when he finally retired. And Jurgen went with him, so Jurgen wasn't a spring chicken either.
Damn.
There was an Arbeits officer and an Adeptus Ministratum. No, not Ministratum. An Administratum official. They were like the senior teaching staff. Cain was teaching Commissar cadets, but Battle Sister was teaching, Battle Sister cadets.
What is it to teach a Commissar? If someone runs, shoot them. There you go. That's your job. Otherwise, shoot the enemy.
Well, the thing is, what the Scholar works where they initially train everyone to try to be stormtroopers. And then they pick.
Is this old law? Calling them
this
stormtroopers?
This is. Oh, that's just me being me.
You mean
Scions?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. I was like, yes, that's the old name for them, which they stopped using.
Yeah, but they do teach it, and Cain in particular tried to impart on them not to be a dick, because that's how he got to the age of being able to retire.
Yeah, but half the fun is being a dick as a commissar.
Yeah, but in Cain's case, he liked to ensure that the troops weren't going to
kill him,
frag him and be enemies.
Yeah. So what you're saying? He didn't like to live life dangerously. That's a shame. Damn shame.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think that, but then this is the guy who ended up on a Space Hulk with a bunch of Terminators on his own, facing down a Gene Stealer cult and an Orc war.
As you do. Well, you know,
Space Hulk.
It happens. We got Drift up next. No, he doesn't turn into a helicopter. This is only a car version of him. They painted his face gold, and clearly, as you can see in the image here, maybe that wasn't a great idea, as scuffs can happen on his little schnoz.
Yes.
He also has a bit of a bumper car situation hanging off of his bottom again, which is a bit of a shame. This one's very, very blue. We went from... Well, actually, no, because the Decepticons are all still very grey mostly, but this is a bit too much of one color once again. This is blue with baby blue, and it's like, that's a lot of blue.
I mean, this does give G1 Decepticon colors in a lot of ways.
You think so?
That Night Lord's blue with that. It's not colors I'd associate with an Autobot, not given how much of that darker blue's in there.
I think I would have liked them to have integrated a lot more gold, because the gold's literally his face and his swords. And maybe the premium version has more. We'll need to check. But he came with 2 swords or 4 swords. I think 2, right? It looks like 2, but they've shown them twice. Oh no, 2 swords and then 2 small swords. So he does get 4 swords.
Yeah.
He gets the katana and then the what? I can't remember. No, it's not a naginata.
No, Tanto.
I don't think it's a tanto. It's a wakizashi. Is that what they're called? The small.
Oh yeah, the wakizashi.
Yeah. So he comes with 4, because why not? He can store 2 of them on his back, and I guess the other 2 are just meant to be in his hands as well. I don't think he could store these on his hips though, which makes sense.
That's a bit of a shit.
Yeah, it makes sense, but would have been cool to see at the very least, I think. Is there anything else in terms of redos? Takara did a version of the figure where his face isn't actually gold. His helmet crest is gold, but then his face is more silvery colored, it seems. And I don't think that's correct. I don't think. Because I remember his face in the movie being gold, right?
I think so, yeah.
So Japan looks like it's wrong.
The thing is, I can't really say when he actually, which is correct, because I don't think I've watched Age of Extinction more than once, and I own it on Blu-ray and on my iTunes account.
Damn. Are you going to be tempted after tonight? You're like, gotta end the show and then you're gonna whap it in straight away.
Probably not.
Wow.
Would be my guess.
Wow. There was another version of the platinum drift, which I guess is the fancy version. The colors don't seem to be that different. The knee pads, the knee armor, or like the thigh armor, the light
there's a little
baby
bit
blue.
more gold, like you said.
Yeah. He's got gold on his forearms. He's got like a blob of gold on his shins. His thighs, instead of it being all light baby blue, they've now the light baby blue is like the highlight line around the dark
that at least
blue.
Actually, that looks more like the lacquered armor effect they were going for. So
yeah, agreed.
I mean, that helps that pop a bit, I think.
Do you want me to ring this figure for you, Big D?
Go on.
All right, so let's look at his chest, okay? Do you see the two gold bits at the top of the chest?
Yes.
Do you see the big grill on the front of the car?
Yeah, I do.
And do you see the big blue smile underneath of it all?
I do now.
Yeah. Does it look a bit like a weird clown, a Mr. Blobby?
Why are you like this?
Because I'm a human being and I see things and things. I am the person that sees the faces of demons in the dark and goes, "Oh no, that's a bad day. Let's not go there."
Fair.
Mr. White says a weird clown wearing a golden hat with a robot head. It's horrifying.
I mean, if you turn the head 180, that would actually work.
Yeah, technically, yeah. Between the three of these, there doesn't seem to be much difference. The American one is a lighter blue than the Japanese one, which is darker blue, but obviously has a different face. And then the not so, it says not so accurate as you'd expect. So I'm guessing there's still problems with this premium edition one as well. Featuring screen accurate details, although they did not replace the vehicle's shell blue parts. Vehicle's shell blue parts. I don't know what those mean specifically. And the swords are in grey, so that's a big difference there. I don't think Hasbro the Hasbro version of this toy has also been repurposed as Generation 1 Drift in IDW Angry Birds comic series. So they didn't get another figure out of it. It was just the design was used again somewhere else. So that's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
talked about the helicopter version of Drift, didn't we?
Yeah.
I thought we did.
The old Skyhammer repaint. Yeah.
I wanted to make sure we had talked about it because technically it was part of this line, but we've already covered it, so we don't need to do it again. We got the main antagonist, sort of the movie. It's Lockdown, who's a little bit chubby, a little bit fat.
Yeah.
Not looking great. He's also got an interesting facial mouth expression. Kind of like he's licked a lemon. Like, ooh.
Is it me or does his face look a little bit like Peter Weller? And modern Peter Weller, where his face is just
old.
This isn't not Peter because
poor Peter Weller.
But his face looks far more skull-like than he's comfortable.
He's old.
I know he's old, and he comes across as being a very nice man in any conversation I see him have. And
I'd rather him look like a skeleton than him look like he's altered his face with cosmetic surgery, which he might. I don't know. I don't think he has. He doesn't strike me as a cosmetic surgery kind of person. So I do appreciate that. Lockdown's rocking some seemingly quite long arms, ironically, with little PG hands. Feet quite small. Proportionally, this figure looks a bit on the odd side. He turns into an okay car mode, but it seems like the bonnet of the car is a different grade than the rest of the car.
Yeah, I remember this was one that a lot of people had issue with just because it just had almost, apart from the car mode, almost nothing was accurate to the movie character.
Is it just because the proportions kind of thing?
Just for proportions. I mean, it took, who was that third party company who they did?
I don't know.
They
I know what you mean,
and
but
it only works because the car basically implodes on itself.
Yeah, doesn't it like Simpsons Tree House of Horror turn inside out?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And
that was a much better figure, but obviously
a much more expensive figure.
Yeah.
But I mean, they've tried. I mean, points to them for at least giving him the head cannon gimmick.
Yes, they did. I mean, it's a stupid gimmick. It was an absolutely insane thing to do for the movies because it looks dumb, but they do have it. It's not done desperately well. I mean, it's just the gun kind of sits on his head like a hat.
Yeah.
But it's there though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird ass missile as well, but
yeah, clearly they just wanted a missile firing gimmick and went, that'll do.
Yeah.
Is it a push missile or is it a trigger missile? I'm not sure.
I think it might be a trigger action missile, but it does, because there's no real way.
Yeah, it has to be.
Get your finger in to push it.
Oh, actually, maybe it is a friction one. It might not be push it from the back. It might be one of those friction ones where it pushes up something. Maybe. I think this photo we've got on TF Wiki, it makes him look a little bit better proportionally than the TF one.
That looks a lot better, to be fair.
He doesn't look fat here. I don't know what they've done exactly, but
I mean, it looks like the chest is, the chest and the arms are more in line with each other. The shoulders, definitely. So,
but this is not a direct front shot, which the other one was.
That's also very true.
So maybe that's another thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But with the missile gimmick, if you look at the gun, do you see the little kind of lump on the bottom of the maybe you push that in and it fires the missile out and it's a friction one.
I think so. Yeah.
Or it could just be a spring loaded one anyway. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But that's that version. There's the Japanese release version, and he looked pretty similar, I guess. Just darker colored. Almost looks kind of like purpley, kind of gray, but I don't think that's the case. Again, nothing huge or monumental. And then there were that's just it's just the crap versions. Is there a premium one? Maybe that was the premium one. Lockdown was extensively retooled for the Last Night Hot Rod, so we will be talking about him in the future, I suppose. Wow. But I didn't know that, and I wouldn't have guessed that either.
Neither did I, to be fair. I thought Hot Rod was an original figure.
So. No. Extensive remold. I wonder what that means, to what extent. I'm guessing probably has a similar transformation, but then has had, like, bits changed, right? Bits tweaked here and there.
Yeah, I think...
Mr. White says, Lockdown looks like he transforms into a bedside clock. What? That must be the fat one. Yeah. The fat one. Sorry. The next post says, in the bad photo anyway. Yes, that makes sense. Yes. The thinner one, maybe not. Yeah, this one, the bad photo one looks like he could be a watch or a clock or something, definitely.
I mean, honestly, the Takara version actually looks pretty good from how they posed it, at least in the pictures. So.
Yeah, kind of straight back, maybe slightly angled back. And then he's on his tippy toes for some reason as well. But I would agree. It looks a little bit nicer. The hands have been painted black as well, which is weird because kind of blend in with the shell part of the car mode doing that. I don't know. I'm not sure this again is a massive upgrade. It looks a little less cheap, but again, maybe it's just the figure kind of being bleg, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where if it's all you can find for Lockdown, then sure, but
No,
I'm
well,
sure
I mean,
that
there's a
been
Studio
better
Series
versions.
one now, right?
Yeah.
And that has to be better than this, right? I mean, it has to be.
You'd hope so.
Also,
It
there was
should-
movie The Best. Was that reusing this figure? Movie The Best Lockdown. It's a retool of Age of Extinction. Oh, featuring a new mask, and instead of his gun face, he includes a handheld accessory, a hook, finally in quotations, and a sword. His final fight with Optimus Prime. So let's have a look at this one. Okay. So, I mean, it's still the same figure, but he's not got the gun head, which is maybe better. The hook's kind of a cooler weapon.
Yeah.
I like the mask as well because it covers up the bizarre face sculpt that they went with. So that's also a thing. So you could have got that one. And then Studio Series Lockdown. How's that one look?
I do dig that. That face mask does look good, doesn't it?
You mean for for the movie The Best?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That does make a bit of a difference.
I don't know about Studio Series Lockdown.
Ooh.
The face looks weird, right?
It does.
Like the face looks almost like a person's face. Like something you'd see in Tron.
Yeah. I mean, I do like how they've managed to get everything much more compact against the body frame.
Yeah, it looks though like he might have a bit of a bigger backpack though. Maybe.
Interesting.
I don't know. It's odd.
Very interesting.
Odd little looking figure. That's Lockdown.
Yeah.
Next we have Iron. Oh, sorry, not Ironhide. My bad. It's Hound. It's John Goodman.
See, I'm torn over whether this is supposed to be Ironhide or Bulkhead.
Yes, is probably the answer.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's this guy. It's the big one. I don't know.
I don't. The guns.
If you look at the photo on TFU, his hat is a different color to his body. He has a green bulkhead hat, and yet the body is more of a cup greeny, bluey kind of color.
Yeah, I mean, the head seems to be the same color green they've used on the tips of the bullets scattered around his body, which is odd.
Yeah. I don't know why. What a bizarre change in like colors for some reason. What do you think of Bulkhead? He's not as fat as he is in the movie, unfortunately, and that's like his main visual distinguishing feature, I'd say, apart from the beard, I suppose.
I mean, he does come with probably enough weapons to kit out the rest of the Age of Extinction toy line.
Yes, he comes with 2 grenade launchers, a Gatling. It says Gatling gun, but it's 3 Gatling guns stacked on top of each other. That's pretty cool. Comes with a Kniff. Yep. He comes with 2 large guns and then 2 small guns. So he is tooled out, and you can store them all on the figure, though it gets a little bit messy, I would say.
Yeah, but at least you can store them all, which is...
You can do it.
Yeah, more than a lot of figures can say.
Yeah, yep. And he can store, like, guns, oddly enough, on the inside of his ankles rather than the outside of the ankle. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, that's odd.
I think that's, like because of how he transforms, that's probably the only place they could do it, right? Because the outside is probably, like, for where the car parts are, or the truck parts are. But it's kind of silly.
It does give you a rather hilarious image of him trying to draw them and just kind of like...
I'm just pulling up my socks, I swear. It's not a gun. Yeah.
Going into a squat and just reaching across.
Mr. White, you've seen loads of films, right, in the past. Can you think of any media where a gun is on the inside of the leg? The lower leg? Because I can't. Like, for the hip, well, you can't do it for the inner thigh of the hip. It just doesn't work at all.
I mean, I've not seen them in Valorant. I think I've seen them in Valorant, but with the hand grip pointing the other direction.
Oh.
I think. I can't swear to that, though.
It looks odd.
I mean, ankle holsters are not uncommon in media.
No. I mean, they're there
it's
so you
just-
can have a gun. I'm just trying to think now.
Yeah,
Are the
it's just
ankle
weird to
holsters
see
on the outside of
inside,
the...
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again,
Yeah,
I'm
'cause-
thinking, if it's on the outside of the leg, is it more noticeable on the trouser? Because of how the trouser will fall on your leg.
I mean, typically, something in one of those pods would be a much smaller weapon that's supposed to be concealable.
Yeah,
so
like it's like a 6-shooter, I suppose.
Yeah, or not even a six, something like maybe a Derringer with just like 2 bullets in it or something. Something
True.
small and concealable that is supposed to be unnoticed. So,
Yeah. XLhead says,
Yeah,
hot
that's
take.
weird.
I wouldn't mind John Goodman coming back to voice a new version of Hound in a movie or TV series. I mean, John Goodman's a great voice. Is a great voice actor. We've seen him in loads of good movies as well. So I'm not against that.
Absolutely. I mean, Hound was one of the thing is, in terms of the characters in the film, Drift was a little bit of a nothing burger, even though they got Ken Watanabe to voice him.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's see. Hound was John Goodman, and he did get some great scenes in and great and decent lines. In fairness, really sold you on that gruff soldier vibe, which
I mean, that was the character. That's all it was. But yeah,
and he delivered it. I mean, kind of had to because, well, they offed Ironhide in the last film. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the Autobots themselves were not bad characters.
No, they're just like one surface characters. There's nothing to them.
Yeah. But you can do worse than having John Goodman voicing your brawler type. He did a decent job.
He cared more about the role than Orson Welles did about his role. And probably Leonard Nimoy as well.
Probably, yeah.
I wouldn't say Leonard Nimoy's performance in the 86 movie was great. Cybertron and all its moons belong to me. Oh, come on. Are we going to retake? No. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. But the figure is not a good representation of Hound, I would say. We have the United 5-pack Platinum Edition where he is the right color. We can see even more here in this shot where he is just like not the same robot in terms of like how he looks. Ooh, he has the elbow is bizarre. I just noticed that. Like he has his elbow joint, so his arm comes up, and then he has like this big green flap that sticks out underneath his forearm. And that's obviously part of the transformation, but it looks weird when you bend the arm up and you've got this just lump of green plastic hanging down, you know?
Yeah, that's odd, to say the least.
It's fine if the arm's straight, but if you bend that elbow, clearly it gets a bit weird looking. The green is consistent. It's the consistent green on his head and on his body. That's an improvement there and then. So I'm happy about that.
It's a nice, simple camo deco as well on the alt mode.
Yes.
That helps it as well, gives it a bit more personality. And I do like how they swapped out so much of the silver detailing on the alt mode for black instead. That helps as well.
Yeah, they've actually got a camo on it as well. It's about as good as my camo job is in my Lehman Russ, but, you know, at least they've tried to do something. They did a bit.
Yeah, I've been trying to workshop ideas for doing camo on my guard. I'm torn between masking off and with putty and just spraying the additional colours over.
That's the easiest way to do it.
Or I'm now wondering if it might be worth masking and sponging on the camo paint.
You can do a bit of both because I masked with putty I sprayed it black and then puttied it with the blue, so I'd have the black splodges, and then I wanted white on as well, and I'm like I don't have enough blue tack to mask enough, so then I just splodged on. So I kind of did a bit of everything. I think the harder thing to do with camo is to make the splodges look interesting, because I'd say the splodges here on this Ironhide are not a really interesting camo style, right?
No, the problem with camo is that you get that almost every camo you see in use has had decades of work put into it.
Yeah.
Because
and the people painting it on tanks and stuff are meticulously doing it to make it look effective, rather than just here on Ironhide, which the best bit of the camo is at the front of the cab, like the black kind of going up to the door frame and then a little bit back. But on the trailer part, you've got a big splodge and a splodge above it, and then this kind of weird sausage shape behind it, and then that's it.
Yeah. There's not really. It could do a bit more, to be fair. A bit more paint on there to
either more or just like interesting patterns. But again, that's money, so I understand it's not easy to do. It's the hardest thing to do with camo. Actually, I think maybe the harder thing is, like, at least I wouldn't do it because it'd be hard to paint. The checker pattern square camo.
Oh, digital camo.
Yeah, I think digital camo is lame visually. Lame. It doesn't make for a good toy aesthetic either.
Yeah, digital camo is. I do get why it goes in and out of popularity.
I'm sure it's effective. I'm sure it has its practical uses, but visually, it looks poo. I think it looks poo.
You need to be it's one of those camos that you have to be a very good painter to get it right.
Oh yeah, can you? I don't think I've ever seen anyone paint a digital camo on like Warhammer or Conflict 47 stuff or any bulk gun stuff. I haven't.
I've seen a few people. They normally use stencils because there are quite a few places out there now that do stencils at the right scale to do it.
That would help. That would help a lot.
But it's one of those things that it's like when you see people using stencils to get like a scale effect or a hex grid pattern. It just takes time.
I imagine even using a stencil is kind of difficult, like for angled things. Like if it's got multiple angles on it and you're trying to get the stencil in this place and you have to just kind of smush it into the right area. So then it's still the right shape-ish.
Pretty much.
Super Megatron says, "Oh look, Age of Extinction toy line talk. Yep, we're doing that today. At least half of the line. At least it's the standard figures, not the weird kid toy stuff." And Super Megatron also says, "I think the Japanese release of this Hound figure looks the best." I'm sorry, Smokey. You were. Oh, so this is the picture of the. Okay. This is the picture of the Japanese version, which seems to be a bit more in the cup kind of color scheme, kind of like the American one. The American one's, at least here, is just green. Maybe the one on TFU that we were looking at was the Takara one? I don't know.
Maybe.
It's hard to tell, because here... Yeah, it looks like that is the Takara one, because he's got the... I'd say that's my least favorite, because they're the inconsistent colors, where the American one seems to be all just the flat green, which is a bit boring, though, I suppose, but at least he's consistent. I don't know. What do you think, BB?
It's interesting. I mean, I do dig the idea of this Hound in Cup-style colours. In fact, I might have even preferred the character if he'd been called Cup rather than Hound, to be fair.
Would have made a bit more sense, I think.
It's weird, because I do like the vibrant green, but I also kind of dig the Takara one, where the colours are much more consistent and the head's got a bit more interesting stuff going on.
I'm trying to think which to me feels more army. I think this one doesn't go close enough to the military kind of green. This is a bit more too cup bluey turquoisey kind of color. So even though American version is just green and it's not army green, it's close enough to be army green. Obviously the platinum.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah,
the platinum version's the better one, obviously, but it's interesting to dance between them. It doesn't look like this figure was used any other times. I'm sure it was in the movie The Best or some bollocks like that, maybe, or whatnot. But it seems like that's it for young Houndo. So now we got Galvatron. Ooh, buddy. Ooh, buddy. Boy. Do you remember how he transformed in the movie?
You mean how he explodes and then just reforms?
Yeah, the Rubik's Cube Transformer Man. Everyone's favorite. And of course, the Hasbro version decided to go with unpainted grey plastic, so he looks arguably even worse than he would have done.
Yeah.
It's a rough look. Also, the face has had like it needs a wash over it to bring out any of the details. All of the details
really
in the
does.
face is just washed away.
I mean, I'd say that's probably going to be a whole figure because there is a lot of detail sculpted in there. But even onto bits where there's a metallic blue, a lot of it's still really hard to make out. You need a wash just to bring everything up.
It's funny, isn't it? Because the dark metallic blue is a little too dark, so you lose the details. And the grey plastic is too bright, so you lose the details.
Yeah, it doesn't help. It's that pearlescent grey as well, so it just washes things out quite badly.
Yeah, he has slightly different grey on his feet, and it looks like below his shins as well. That's a slightly different grey as well.
I think his shoulders are a slightly different. Have that same sort of grey. It's weird, but then this was a weird character anyway.
It would, man. What a what a downgrade from Hugo Weaving.
Yeah.
Super Megatron says, AOE Galvatron figure. It's a dodo. Yeah, he's not a pretty robot, that's for sure.
I mean, it's a nice alt mode.
Yeah, the truck's good. The truck looks like it's what you would want from a truck, and they don't have a good shot of like the back of it. I'm guessing you can see a little bit of like the blue bits on the shins. Clearly you can see them pointing inwards, which is a little bit rough.
We've had worse stuff on truck modes.
The front of the cab looks good though, and the only other bad thing that could have happened, which I don't think is the case, is if the back of the truck is just open space. I think there's I'm gonna assume there's stuff there because it looks like the back of the robot mode that is just flat plastic. And I'm guessing that will hide most of Galvatron up. Because I think the grey bits poking out from the sides of his arms are the sides of the cab, not the door bits, the bits before that, it seems.
Yeah,
so
I think so, yeah.
At least that. The gun looks pretty bad, though, as well.
It's not great.
No.
I mean, you can't even really call it a gun, because it's like...
You know what it is? It's something from Akira. It's something that Tetsuo would make.
Yes, it's something from one of the weirder anime that manga brought over in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. It's just flesh and wires and stuff. That's what it looks like. It doesn't look like a gun. I wonder how would this figure look if you painted it to be like an amalgamation of flesh colors?
Ew.
Yeah, I think it'd look really freaky. Like, you put random bits of purple and red and like the blues and the greens in there and the flesh color. I think that could make it look really weird.
I mean, I'm wondering how it would look if it was actually painted up in Galvatron's colors.
So he'd have grey legs, right? So they'd be similar.
Grey legs, but going with the dark purple take on him, and just give him a bit more oomph, and paint most of the helmet in purple as well.
I guess the problem with doing that is you'd make the truck mode purple. Well, not really, because it looks like he's mostly a shell former, right? But
yeah, I mean, I think that would actually work because it's a shell former, you can keep the truck as it is. The truck mode doesn't need to change its colors.
Yeah,
you just repaint the entire inner robot.
Yeah, cool. That's
But if you really wanted to go that way, you could still paint all of the panel work in classic G1 Galvatron colors.
It'd be interesting.
Just go for that dark purple. Keep the silver stripe and everything, but all that grayish green, just do that in dark purple.
I mean, I think for a toy, it would make it visually more interesting. Clearly, they would never do that for the movie because all of the bad guys, mostly, all had to just be gray, which was an issue. obviously. Mr. White says Galvatron cab mode is Transformers, robot mode is Rock Lords. Yeah, so the rock mode is good, and then the robot mode is poo. Yes, I agree. Yeah. And Super Megatron says truck is nice from the front, but from the back it's rough. Ah, okay. Also, it's a hella shell former. I wonder what's rough about the back of it. Obviously, they don't show us here, so it's hard to get a grip. Galvatron says, Galvatron. Excelhead says, Galvatron. The trademark robot that breaks Bayformer's argument of a Transformers being made of every part of their alt mode. Oh God, that was
yeah.
The only thing
it was. It was a big thing with things like why Jazz was the smaller of the.
Oh, that's right.
In the first movie, because everything from the car had to translate to the robot.
It don't matter. It don't matter. That was the idea behind it. Axel Hedge continues. The only good thing was we got Frank Welker back voicing him and as Megatron, effectively. Yeah. I wouldn't say that was... I mean, if we're going to mine out something of value here, I would agree that's probably the only thing I'd go like, okay.
Yeah.
But Prime was going on at this time, or had happened, or was about to happen.
True.
It'd been going. Yeah, so...
Yeah.
For me, it's just like but you did Prime Megatron. That was better than this. And Super Megatron also says, if this figure wasn't such a bitch to take apart, maybe the repaint would work. Yes. Yeah, it looks like there's... I mean, if you look at the shell, there's loads of pins.
Yeah.
And as soon as there's like pins on things, I'm like, nah, it's not worth it. It's too much work.
Yeah.
Like, pin removal is something that is an art form if you can do it without breaking the figure.
Oh, tell me about it. Do you remember there was that third-party upgrade kit for Combiner Wars Optimus Prime, turning into IDW Prime?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I have that kit on a spare CW Prime I picked up, and one of the pins I bashed it out the wrong way.
Oh.
Yeah, so one of the clips is not quite right.
Whereabouts? Which clip?
I think it was the hip one, so kind of the one that Hal had a lot of the hip skirt one.
I think I know which one you mean.
Quite an important one for what this kit does. It looks fine as it is. It's not collapsed in like the nearly decade I've had it now. So.
What do you think about is this the platinum one? This was the Takara movie Advanced Galvatron, whose color scheme okay, they've thrown some paint on the face. That's better. You can see the face a bit better.
Okay.
It looks like they've done something with the gun. It looks like there's maybe a wash on it in places, or there's something.
Yeah, it looks like they've no, I think what they've done, they've gone for a flatter base plastic, and then they picked out detail in metallic.
Is that what it is?
Whereas
his orifice has got some stuff to it as well. His orifice has like orange paint to make it look like it's attempting to glow. That's something.
It just looks more vibrant. And I think it's because they've used more flat colours rather than going for pearlescent colours on the American one. That helps, I think. Which is weird, because in the movie, wasn't he quite silver in robot mode?
Oh, yeah, he was a shiny silver.
Yeah. But this, translating that into basically flat off-white, just it does a lot to help the figure out, to be fair.
People have done that Galvatron. I was told by Axel Hedge to search for it in G1 colors, and we do have a digibash, at least, of someone who's done it. It still looks like a bad toy, but color scheme wise, it looks a lot more interesting, I think. What do you think, Big D?
Yeah, that works.
Obviously, it wouldn't be as metallic-y purple as clearly they've done here. I don't know why they made it so glossy, but if you like think of it as more matte, the cannon doesn't. I guess they're trying to make it into the Galvatron cannon, and you're like, something. It's something.
I think it's better than the base version we had.
Yes, I would agree. Oh, it's more interesting at least. Is there another version of this Megalotron, or is it just the two? It looks like it's just the two. Looks like it's just the two.
I mean, that is the sort of repaint that would probably have helped get a bit more life out of this figure, because
I don't know. A lot of people didn't like this figure. I remember people being very unhappy with this figure. I mean, Super Megatron is one of those people clearly who doesn't like this toy. And to have a Voyage as a shell former, even in 2014, they're like, bro, Deluxe, all right, Voyager, bruh.
Yeah, I mean, they were really handicapped by the film.
He turns into a cubes, millions of Lego cubes. It's like, good luck with that. I wonder how, like, it's him and Crosshairs is like the designers for the movie characters just telling the toy designers to go fuck themselves. It feels like in a lot of ways.
Do you think this is Michael Bay's passive aggressive way of trying to tell Hasbro
I don't want to do anymore?
Yeah, and they just keep backing the money truck up to him. He's like, "Oh, okay, if you're going to give me that money anyway."
I don't want to do this. Give me more money. Give me more money. Give me more money. I mean, fair play to him. It's a good way to make yourself dirty rich, I suppose. I assume he's doing all right for himself, Michael Bay. I mean, aren't they thinking about getting him back for future movies? It's horrific to think about.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, he was made... God, what was his...
Don't ask me what his last movie was. I don't remember.
Yeah, that film, I think with Jake Gyllenhaal, where he played one of two brothers that were in an ambulance during a heist.
Oh. Was it new?
But I think no, that was a while ago. That, I think, may have been...
See, I know the last one I know...
That was after Last Night, I think.
But... when did Pain and Gain come out? Was that after the final movie, or was that before the final TF movie he did?
That was before the final TF movie. That was like early 2010s, I think.
Because in my mind, that was his last movie, and I've never... Oh, Mr. White says Ambulance was 2022. Yeah. That was the name of the movie, Ambulance.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, it's about these people who are in an ambulance. That'll do. That's the title. Okay. Ambulance.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal is in an ambulance. Oh, God. What's wrong with him? Is he okay? Is he safe? The last figure for today, Big D, is Grimlock, the Voyager one. The one that's not the right color, but is a more interesting color than the actual version that we get in the movie. As he is in copper and silver. So... It's wrong, it's incorrect, but it's a bit more visually interesting. Clearly, he has gorilla arm syndrome as well, which is always fun to see. You love to see it. That's a lie. I don't. I hate seeing that. I remember this figure looking good when you put him with the rest of the Dinobots, because they make a very pretty color, because all of the Dinobots are different colors, so they make an interesting visual set, but... This
on his own,
he's I mean, he's not right, which doesn't help to begin with. And even the fancy Takara version is in this color scheme. They didn't do him in the right color scheme. Christ, I forgot how bad the dinosaur mode was. It doesn't look too bad in the TFU photo because I've photoed it from above.
Does he not look like a Digimon to you?
You mean the head, or do you just mean generally?
I mean, the T-Rex mode. And
I mean,
he looks like the main T-Rex Digimon, which whose name I've completely forgotten.
Greymon?
But with the stripes and everything.
A little bit. I think if you look at the photo of the Takara version on TF Wiki, you'll see where the problems with the T-Rex mode come in, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit of a mess. Oh, it looks like it's a bit of a mess. It looks like his arm area is like an inch lower than it should be. Like you should be able to push those arms and that stomach area up an inch and have it like close in together. But obviously it doesn't do that. It looks like an incomplete mode.
They did not need to use that mace to extend the tail.
Oh,
there's no reason for that whatsoever.
Wasn't the actual mace bit as well, like very kind of squishy rubber, not rubber plastic, but like thin plastic, like plastic that you get.
Yeah.
I don't even know what kind of plastic it is. It's that kind of plastic where you can push it in and then you can pop it back out again.
Yeah.
Like they use for sweets and stuff. To hold
And to make
sweets.
it worse, this was when they just were refusing to make staff weapons that you could take apart to fit between, so you could actually fit it in someone's hand properly. So we put this stupid
It's got a handle for a stick.
To one side. It's like, good God.
Yeah, it's you know. Well, if you molded it like that, that would mean 2 pieces when you could just make it into 1 piece. So I guess that's the justification. Because if it was 2 pieces, I guess it would cost more, or at least it would take up more in the mold or the sprue for the molding process.
Yeah, probably.
It's a stupid reason, but I guess that's the reason they're like, we could do that.
It probably is.
It. Yeah.
I'd not be surprised.
Yeah, anything to cut down. Like, fuck it.
Yeah.
What's been said here? Super Megatron says, if you look at Studio Series Galvatron, dude, is just full of silver paint. I think that's probably obviously a decent upgrade, at least. Was it Unique Toys as well? Did a third-party Galvatron where they made him look a lot better, and they painted him silver, and he looked a lot nicer. Also, Super Megatron said, I was at TFCon, and there was an interesting fact Aaron Archer said. What was the interesting fact? There was an interesting fact Aaron Archer said, full stop.
Don't leave us in suspense.
New point, Super Megatron, unless this is the point. Power Rangers colored Dinobots that they were. The figure kind of sucked. It kind of looks like it does. It doesn't look amazing.
The thing is, I didn't really like the Dinobots as they looked in the film, though. I kind of preferred how they looked.
No, they were boring in the
top.
movie. They were just like like rusted copper. And rusted copper is a really cool look. But if all 4 Dinobots are rusted copper color, they have the Decepticon problem of all of them just being gray. And I guess technically it makes sense with Grimlock, because Grimlock in this toy is copper. So in the movie, he would be copper colored, just old, rusted, oxidized copper colored. Okay.
I actually quite like this color on this take on Grimlock, to be fair. The colors, I think, work.
Yeah. To be fair, if you look at the Evolution 2-pack one, which is a Japanese release, they've changed up the color placement a little bit more. I think this one looks better. Like, he's got the black thighs, and he's got black on the chest, and he's got more black on his face and the head spike. I still don't think it's a great toy, but I think in terms of, like, where they've put the color, I think the deco is a lot more interesting here, or at least it tickles me better, I think.
I think I'm with you on that one. It's very interesting how they've just changed a few little things. Not massively, just a couple of little things. They've altered the head deco. They've moved the black from the stomach plate to the shoulder to the chest plates, and then given him chrome on his abs and his thigh plates. Yeah, that actually works quite nicely, I think.
I think the only thing that I might like a bit more paint on is the T-Rex head, like the jaws and stuff. But if you did that, I guess it wouldn't look as nice for his shoulder pads.
True.
So, I don't know if there's a solution there. It's just in dinosaur mode, it feels like the front of the T-Rex head isn't painted, which it's not. It's weird. Okay, so Super Megatron said, Aaron Archer said that at TFCon, he had a lot of back and forth between Hasbro and Michael Bay about the colors, and how Michael wanted Optimus to be only blue. Oh, fuck's sake, Michael. To be only blue. They had to convince him to add red. Well, Michael's an idiot.
Yeah.
I would say, but he makes movies. It's like, he doesn't make good movies, I'd argue. Sorry, Michael.
Yeah. He's your employee.
Yeah. Well, is he? Because he works for Paramount.
That's true.
So I don't think I understand what you're saying, But I have a feeling like Hasbro would only be a consultant on the movie, and Michael Bay would be, I don't give a fuck what you're consulting. It's my movie. Go fuck yourself. He might not say that, but that's what I might assume. That might not be the case, though, obviously. The platinum version of Grimlock is the worst color scheme, and they've just given the dinosaur head chrome plating.
Chrome.
So, yeah, okay.
Oh, dear.
I mean, very shiny head, I suppose. So, oh, there was another one. There were a few other redos of this mold. It seems like the Platinum Edition, where you redeco the Age of Extinction into. Hang on, Grimlock sports a vaguely screen accurate gray color scheme. Well, this is generous, with heavy use of chrome and transparent plastic. Vaguely screen accurate. I guess it's because they used gray. I guess it's more screen accurate than the previous version.
I always thought this set was supposed to be more G1 inspired, so you went for a lot more metallic and reds from like the original Dinobots had.
You shut the fuck up. I would say that makes a lot more sense. Yes. That would that it's better than saying vaguely screen accurate, because it's not.
Yeah, that's
unless they mean screen accurate to the cartoon.
I can't tell any detail of that robot mode.
No, I mean it's translucent plastic, isn't it? So it's good luck to you. It's not the one I would go for. They did do a G1 colored version, which doesn't look too bad actually.
That might be the one I'm thinking of, to be fair.
I mean, this one's proper G1 color schemed.
I thought they did do a gift pack of all 5 of Dinobots in G1 colors, but
I think that's what this is. Another redeck of Age of Extinction, G1 Grimlock color version features a G1 inspired color deco. When purchasing advance tickets for Age of Extinction at Lawson's, maybe not. Maybe it's only the deluxes that got that. Maybe. I think this one does look good though.
Yeah.
I mean, it is in just G1 Grimlock color scheme, but it looks like they've added some silver paint on the dinosaur head to break it up a bit. They made the tail red, which again does something. They've got the black on the thighs again, which I really think helps. The black helmet helps. The gold chest, but they've also got the silver for the bone wing.
It's just a more interesting deco.
Yeah, it's still a terrible T-Rex mode. The T-Rex mode is you cannot salvage it. It's the mold is not salvageable, at least for a Transformer. And I think the robot mode could have been more bearable if he had wrist joints and maybe not as much back kibble on his forearms. I think the robot mode would have been, you would have looked at it and gone,
I'd go with that.
It's fine. It doesn't transform well, but yeah, okay, whatever.
I mean, he's got quite a nice deep heel spur, which is not always common.
No,
even at Voyager scale. So that's nice. So at least he should be relatively stable.
Yeah, I agree.
It's so weird, this figure, that.
I mean, all of the Dinobots are weird.
Yeah,
we'll get into the other Dinobots in the next episode, because that's all of them were S's: Slug, Scorn, Sludge. So we'll talk about them all next time, basically. XLHead says, were the Dinobots based on unfinished concept art? Question mark. Would explain the difference in the toys and the film designs. I would imagine so. Well, if Super Megatron said that there was arguments over color scheme, so maybe this was just something that Hasbro said, we've done this, it's already done, and then Michael Bay was going, no, I don't care, we're doing it my way.
I mean, so I imagine that the finalized digital assets were quite late in post-production, so
maybe
Hasbro went with what they had and had to wait and see what Bay & Co. decided on in the end.
Movies. It's like wrangling children and juggling cats and all that jazz. It's why Peter Jackson went from a very hefty weight to a very, very thin weight when he did all 3 Lord of the Rings movies back to back. Watch those special features and watch that man drain as life is being sapped out of him.
Yeah, bless him.
He has the Nazgul effect. No, he has the mentor from Harry Potter. You know where they like steal the soul and you can just see it's like that. XL Head, Super Megatron says, where is it? The extra chrome they added in the early 2010s, I hated it. I don't think a lot of people were into like the chrome stuff.
Yeah,
Chrome's a
they went
nice
for a
highlight,
phase of-
but too much is just like, we're not in the 90s. You know, we don't need it on everything, and you're not Takara Tomy.
Yeah.
It's not Goldran.
Remember the Combined Wars Jetfire that had all of the extra bits were chromed?
Yeah, was that San Diego Comic-Con, and they did the San Diego Comic-Con Combined Wars Devastator where all of his bits were purple chromed.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's like, why? No one wanted this. No one asked for this.
Yeah.
Especially for a con exclusive. They were maybe the best con exclusives because no one wanted them, generally speaking.
Yeah.
Had a very limited appeal. Super Megatron also...
Jetfire was...
Go on.
So I was going to say Jetfire. I bought the Takara version in the end just because that one wasn't chromed.
Was it? Did the standard version? I can't remember how that Jetfire came out.
Yes, the standard version was chromed.
I thought it was only the San Diego Comic-Con version.
No, the booster pack and all the extra armor, the fast pack stuff that added onto the basic jet was all in metallic red chrome.
Okay, all right. Super Megatron says there was a US release of the 5 movie Dinobots in G1 colors. I think it was Toys R Us. So that must be a thing we'll get to in the next episode. XL Hedge says you're thinking of the San Diego Comic-Con Dinobots set that came with a building cardboard arc base set. And then Super Megatron says, "Oh yeah, it's been a minute." To be fair, it could have been either. You could both of those sound plausible. Like, yeah, I could see Toys R Us having a 5-colored Dinobot set, and I could also see San Diego Comic-Con doing it as well. So yeah, it's an easy mistake to make. To be fair,
absolutely.
That's what I would say.
A wacky world of repaints.
Oh, there's so many repaints, goobly boobles, and all that jazz. But that'll be us done for today, Big D, because we'll be covering the last 7-8 figures not next week, but the week after, if you like. So where can people find you, Big D, on the internet if you want them to find you?
Oh, I am everywhere as David Kelly. You can't miss me because I either have this handsome visage or a picture of Cup. I'm a miserable old bastard.
You're not miserable. I'm miserable. You're not miserable.
That's fair. In comparison to you, I'm not miserable. But
yeah.
Look
at the bright side of life. Dee-doop, dee-doop,
that's true.
Dee-doop.
I contribute to UKAnime.net. Just had a review. If it's not live yet, it'll be up soon, of the high-grade Death Scythe Howl kit.
Yay.
144, which I quite enjoyed building.
I want to know when you're going to get the G-Unit Takara Tomy exclusives. Not Takara Tomy, the Takara exclusives. The Bandai exclusives.
Oh, the P Bandai stuff.
Yeah, when are you going to get the G-Unit stuff? They're the best Gundam Wing kits, and I'm not joking. I would have got them, but they're too faffy to get, and I was out of my Gundam phase at that point.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same, to be honest, because trying to work out... That's for Geminis and all that stuff, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's the Leo with the red Leo with the cape.
I mean, in fairness, the Leos, because there's like 4 different... There's for one for cape.
Yes.
There's a massive hench one that's just like a brawler. There's
the girl one.
Yep, and there's another one. They all look kind of cool, but they're a pain to get hold of.
Yeah,
because they're P Bandai.
They're all P Bandai. Because go fuck yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
I stopped collecting Gundam kits because I realized I just build the kits and then I bag them and put them in a box. I'm like, I shouldn't do that. You know?
Yeah.
That's why I stopped, pretty much. And when you've built a model kit, it's not like a Transformer where theoretically, if you wanted to, you could sell it in the future. A model... Who wants to buy a pre-built model kit? Half the fun is building it.
But people put them up for sale. They sell pre-built model kits.
Are they painted?
No, some of them are literally just snipped. Sometimes not even. They're just selling the kit as built.
I can't imagine who would ever do that. Who would buy a kit that's already built?
Well, I ended up with
That's insane.
the full vernier version of the Stardust Memory Gundam. I bought it from a seller on eBay,
and
I didn't know until I received it that it was built.
Oh my god, that sucks.
Yeah. It does. But yeah, folks do try and sell. But then there are people who, it's like people buying painted armies to play Warhammer or any other tabletop game with.
That makes a bit more sense to me, because like some people just want to play the game, right? So you want to get an army that's painted well. That's not what you're doing with a Gundam kit. Like if you're buying a built Gundam kit that's painted to a high level, that's an art piece. I get that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
If you're buying it and it's just built, you know,
it's
like maybe as an action figure, because it's maybe the best way to get some of these guys as action figures if you're going for high grade. But
I mean, for one thing, you can say about Gundam kits, if they're built, they're normally going quite cheap.
Yes, that's another thing as well.
That's really the only. But then Gunpla is not. All right, as you go up the sizes and into the more extreme brands and rarities, yes, they can get ludicrously expensive.
Also get more boring as well, if you ask me.
Yes, because it's all Strays, Freedoms, and RX-78s for days.
Yes, and that's why high grade is the best grade, because they do all of them, and they do the weird ones too. Where's the perfect grade beggar guy?
Yeah.
Cowards.
Yeah. But other than that, I contribute to the Fluff and Hammer, where I've got an article series I'm working on called Page Table, where I'm looking at characters from the fiction of GW that have translated into miniature form. I've just finished part 4, where I take a dive into Inquisitor.
Oh,
I kind of had to.
The game. Hang on,
yes.
The board game or the video game?
Inquisitor, the tabletop game.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes. I do the deeper dives with Mr. Gruff, where we pull an article from White Dwarf of years gone by and then yammer about it. Sometimes on our own, sometimes with yourself or Mr. White, whoever's available. And speaking of Mr. White, together we do Fluff and Busters, a commentary series where we stick a film in and kind of ramble for its runtime. Sometimes we even stay on topic about it. It's amazing.
That's not as fun. It's better just to do the weird stuff. Off topic talk.
It now has its dedicated YouTube channel, Fluff and Busters. 3 shows are up already. Yeah. We got Dread. What was number 2?
You don't even know? Okay, there you go.
It's tired. And Lost Boys went up on Halloween as our Halloween special.
Oh, is that your sexy movie for Halloween? Because I wouldn't say Lost Boys is. I don't know. It is a horror movie.
It's set around Halloween.
Yeah, it's weird because my mind goes Halloween, Lost Boys. It is.
Well,
but
it's vampire. It's vampires. So we thought.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I should do? You should do the remake of Fright Night. Because you know what needed a remake? Fright Night. Fright Night, terrible movie. Let's remake it with... Who was it? It's not Colin Farrell. Who was it?
It is Colin Farrell as
is
vampire.
Oh, what a guess.
David Tennant as the stage magician.
You know what's funny? It's only this year that I went, oh, the vampire guy from Fright Night is the detective in the first Chucky movie. Oh, no, it's that guy. Oh, that's stupid. Oh, I don't know why it made me smile, but I was like, oh, it's that guy. Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
Horror actors, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mr. White he's been a bit of a machine getting stuff put out. We're going to try and do Highlander this week at some point.
The weird cartoon?
No, well, I mean, they are special because there are 2 weird cartoons for Highlander.
That's true. That's true.
No, we're doing the original.
Okay, yeah, that's good. With Raiden.
The film whose tagline gets more and more inaccurate as the years go by.
What is it?
There can be only one.
Oh, yeah.
Scan there.
No. There should have only been one. Oh, does that mean you're going to do The Quickening?
We'll probably talk about The Quickening because...
You're not going to do an in-depth review of The Quickening?
I mean, The Quickening is actually kind of an interesting one to do, but that'll go on the list for some point because
there you go, Mr. White.
That's real interesting.
Got you covered, Mr. White.
Yeah, we're traumatizing him in advance.
Yeah. Should do Mithrigan and Mithrigan 2. And the Chucky remake with Mark Hamill. Oh, you should do Seed of Chucky. That's a fucking movie for you. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. What a film. Oh, boy.
I just think if I was being really cruel, we could try and do all 5 Highlander movies.
Oh, if you want to be really cruel, you could do all the Puppet Master movies. Because they're all pretty rough to watch. All of them are pretty rough.
Fair.
Mr. White says, some people just want to build the Gundam. Then they feel done with it. I guess Painter can pick up a pre-built one for cheap.
That's true. Yeah,
the second thing makes more sense. The top one, not so much. To me, at least. The second one, I can see that. If you can get it... The problem is, like you said, Big D, like, kits are pretty cheap anyway. Like, high grades, like £12 to £22, depending on how big the high grade is. Sometimes they can get a little bit more if they're big ones, but...
Yeah.
Mr. White also says The Lost Boys was an influential film, but increasingly forgotten. Really? It's forgotten?
Yeah, it's we talk about it in the commentary, but
it's got the sexy saxophone guy.
Yeah, but the thing is, in the era of in the home video days, so VHS to DVD to Blu-ray, then it was one of those films that was a perennial good seller, right? Or it was one that got rented a lot. In the modern era of streaming, I looked. You really struggle to find it on streaming services anywhere.
This is why people shouldn't
even to
have
buy
streaming. You should just buy it. Physical copies, baby.
And it's so weird that there's this...
Is there a licensing reason for that? Can someone just not get the license for The Lost Boys? Because I find that a lot of things on streaming service seems to be, feels like they're in cycles, right? So Amazon will have, let's just say, Heat. And then it'll go off Amazon, and then it'll go to like Netflix, and then it'll go off Netflix, and then it'll be like a movie that gets shipped around. Is it like that?
There is a bit of that, but there's also a bit of some of these services. They don't like to have films kind of pass before a certain point. If you know what I mean, it sometimes feels that some of the services don't want that, or others. I mean, I personally have big issues with how Amazon Prime is curated as a streaming service because it's a pain in the ass if you just want to try and find certain things, if you're trying to look in for certain genres and whatnot.
Yeah, I would say the UI for like most streaming services are shockingly bad.
Yeah. But it also feels like there's a... Part of the reason I have not got shot of my DVD and Blu-rays is because, well, I know where they all are. I know that they work.
Yeah.
And I know that there's stuff in my collection I generally can't find on a streaming service. The only way to find it is to browse for the high seas, shall we say, and...
Yo-ho.
Ho-ho.
Yeah. Mr. White says, I knew Andy would ask about The Quickening, you utter sod. Sod in capitals as well. Yeah. Well, when someone brings up Highlander, you have to talk about The Quickening. It's a prerequisite. Because people go, oh, Highlander, that's really good. And then you go, yes. Quickening, eh? How was that? Yeah. What a mistake. And Exelhead says, I mean, people buy pre-built blockies? What the fuck? They're even more simple than Gundam kits. Like, they're made so, like, 5-year-olds can build them. Well, as long as they don't eat the pieces, I suppose. Jesus, that's depressing. I guess they build pre-built blockies if they've missed one. That would make sense to me. Like,
yeah, I mean,
if you're like trying to get the full wave.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, maybe the chase figure. That's a good point, Big D. If you're trying to get those ones, okay, fine. I can see why you do that. That makes sense. Yeah. Yes. If you're just buying like a one that's easy to get, that's already pre-built, unless it's way cheaper, that's weird to me. The XL Hedge also says you can't marathon through all Child's Play movies. You can. You just come out the other side of it feeling really bad about yourself.
Fair.
If you marathon through the Child's Play stuff, do you have to include the Child's Play or the Chucky TV series as well? They got like 3 seasons. Because that's a direct sequel to Cult of Chucky.
Yeah.
So do you have to do that as well before you move on to the Mark Hamill movie? That's a horrible question that you shouldn't have to ask yourself.
Well, isn't the Mark Hamill movie actually, doesn't it end and reveal itself to actually be part of the main Chucky series? Because doesn't it end up with the doll at the original kid's house?
I can't imagine that's true because Mark Hamill Chucky is an AI. There's no voodoo magic in it at all. It's just AI. It's Ex Machina, but if Ex Machina was really shit, it's the standard. What if my AI it's Megan, it's that standard movie of what if the AI went wrong. So I don't think it's been a while since I can't remember the end. The last thing I remember about the that remake is really bad CGI Chucky jumping through the air screaming. Going, ah! That's the last thing I remember about it. I remember there was a bear version of Chucky in that film as well, which ate somebody, which was very silly. It's a pretty bad film, though. Have you not seen that?
No, I must admit. But I have this gap in there's a lot of horror classics and horror franchises I've not really touched on because I was never really a horror guy.
Throw some out, and I'll see if I'll tell you if there's ones I'd say you should or shouldn't watch.
All right, I've only ever seen the first Nightmare on Elm Street.
You should watch the third one. The third one's really good.
Only ever seen the first Halloween.
You should probably watch the third one because it's not about Michael Myers and it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, never watched any of the Friday the 13th / Jason movies.
I'd say it's hard to recommend them. The only one you should watch is Freddy vs. Jason because it's fucking funny.
Yeah, I've watched some of the Hellraisers, but not all of them.
You only need to watch 2 of them. That's it.
I quite enjoyed the modern update of Hellraiser they did. That was
the newest one.
That was
the one that had the guy that had the machine in him and he was trying to get it out of him. That was at the end. Yeah, that was okay. That wasn't too bad, actually. I was like, this is good. Because there was a one previous to that wasn't good, if I remember.
Yeah, it's just weird because there's some horror stuff I have watched, but there's a lot of especially stuff from like the 80s and early 90s. I just kind of passed me by.
Some of it's not good, obviously. A lot of the sequels are usually pretty poo and not worth watching. You should watch Malignant because it's stupid.
Oh, I've heard about Malignant, yeah.
It's really stupid. It's very funny, but not intentionally. Mr. White says, I'm glad I won't be doing any horror for Fluff and Busters. Why? We could get you to watch it. We could show you so many sites, Mr. White. I could show you such horrible things.
I mean, me and Gruff did Event Horizon, so
that's fun. Yeah, it's got issues to it, but that's generally an interesting movie, I'd say, at the very least.
Yeah.
Space Haunted House. That's so that you can't go wrong with that. At least I wouldn't say so. That one's fun. You should have you seen Dagon?
I haven't. It's on the watch long list though.
That one's pretty good.
What I tell you, the funny
low
thing,
budget though. But
Gruff re-uploading in Lurkers in the Lobby.
Oh yes.
Almost all the films that you guys have talked about, I've put on the watch long. They're on the watch long list.
Oh, did you put the one called Cthulhu on? Because that was a bad one.
I might have done, yeah.
You shouldn't. Just listen to the show. The movie's terrible. Literally the only thing I remember was two dudes jerking each other off under a bridge at the beach. I don't even remember what the context of it was, but I remember being confused why this was part of a Cthulhu movie. Cthulhu, I don't think ever turned up in the movie either.
Yeah.
Unless they called their Kraken the Cthulhu, I suppose. I don't know. Mr. White says no. Aw. Damn. You should do. Anyway, anything else, Big D? Is that it for you?
No, that's kind of it for me.
Cool.
So,
well, you can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube as Decayed Andy. We're on Flesh of a Human Being. I stream games most nights at 10:15 in the evening UK time, usually. And you can find us on the Moonbase 2 forums, Twitter, Twitch, iTunes, Facebook, Libsyn, as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. We're on ccbunker.weebly.com as well. If you want to go that way, or the Moonbase 2 forums, where you can go there as well. And I think that's it. I think that's most of the things covered.
cool.
Next week, we'll be talking about news, Transformer-wise. Maybe. Is there news next week? I mean, that's a great question. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
Has there been much news this week?
Not really. That's why I wasn't too fussed about that. If there's a big news day, this kind of show will be put off. But there wasn't a big news day. I don't think anything new was shown. Like if there's New York Comic Con, that would get priority over doing one of these.
Yeah.
There's a Studio Series Spotlight Optimus Prime 3-pack. That's new.
That's weird, though.
I'm just looking at it now. What is this? Okay, so it's
it's for Gamer. It's for Devastation Optimus Prime Deluxe.
What is this?
In a grey prototype.
Uh-huh.
One that's supposed to be like testing for plastic colors, and then a finished one that's in
like cell shading.
Cell shading.
I only want that one. I wouldn't want the other two.
Yeah, it's like, so the basic version obviously must not have sold very well. Shocker, because I don't think anyone has anything nice to say about that toy.
I thought it was meant to be all right.
It's all right, but I think a lot of people were just disappointed by it more than anything.
Oh, okay. I don't see why. It was a deluxe Optimus Prime coming out at the same time as the Studio Series Optimus Prime.
I think it's part of the issue. We had so many good primes this last year. It kind of stuck out.
This is bizarre.
And it is. And it's the thing. You're going to have to buy a triple pack of the same deluxe,
but with progressively worse color schemes, or progressively better. I suppose you could argue.
I do like how the cell shading looks, and it's an interesting idea that they're trying to, do a package that shows how the figures are actually made. That's kind of interesting. It's just,
I think the photos illustrate that well enough, though, at least for me. This has to be a very limited appeal kind of thing. It does. Limited.
Yeah. I don't even think the Studio Series bracket is worth putting a Studio Series on it. It could have just been a mainline, a collector's series release or something.
Fuck, it's expensive.
Generation Selects. How much is it?
$84.99. Yeah, dollars. So it'd be pounds. So £85.
Jeez.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's 85 divided by 3. £28 per figure.
Yeah, that's...
So that's more than the standard price, which is already pretty high. And for two figures, which I wouldn't want. Interesting. So yeah, not a lot of news this week.
Yeah, that's weird.
So hopefully
the grey one does have some use, because that's potential there if people want to use
you want to paint it yourself.
Yeah,
yeah,
but still, it's like, that's a lot of money for what it is. It's so weird.
Exelhead says, yeah, everyone in quotations love that Prime so much they can buy it 3 times now in one pack, and still no trailer despite being used in the game. That's true, that he did have a trailer in the game. Yeah. Yeah, well, there you go. Anyway, thank you, Big D, for joining me once again.
No problem, as ever. It's been a delight.
And I will see you next week for news. And maybe Big D will be here for another show, depending how good or bad the news is.
Oh, well.